topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV, where we bring you educational information from top local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Now sit back and listen to experts in family law, association law, hearing loss, business brokers, home care, along with many other topics. Now here are your hosts, Steve-O and Sophia.
Hey, good morning, Florida. Welcome to another Ask the Expert show. In our 16th year, here we are bringing you the top experts in the field of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Hey, this is the first Monday of the month, and that means Provise Management Group. Hey, folks, I got to tell you, you have got to listen to this show this morning, because there is so much going on right now with tariffs, with the economy. And I believe we have one of the top, he won't let me say top, but one of the top money management advisors. Let me welcome you to our long-standing expert, Ray Ferrara. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Steve. It's nice to be with you.
Well, you're in Chicago. You have abandoned us in Florida.
Well, just for a couple of days. Came up here to the Windy City yesterday for a conference with the CFP board and a couple of important meetings. And then, one of the things that we have to do is continuing education, because there's always more to learn. So I'll pick up a few continuing education credits along the way.
Ray, I got to tell you, it is crazy what's going on out there. And we are going to try to address some of your questions today. But, I just looked at, and I'm going to send it to you today. I just looked at your numbers just from YouTube. And I think our last show, this is just YouTube. We're on like 70 platforms. Our last show, I think you had close to 600 people watching. I'm going to send you that so you can see it. But we have got so many new people watching and listening to your show. Tell people about Provise Management Group.
Well, Steve, that's flattering to know so many folks are watching, and as you say, even on that one channel. Provise Management Group is a financial planning and investment management firm. And I put the emphasis on the financial planning side, although we're managing right about $2 billion on behalf of our 1,100 client families. We have offices in Tampa and Clearwater, Florida. And more, as things are going along, we often do it by Zoom because we have clients in over 30 states. So we always offer a 1-hour complimentary consultation for folks that listen to the show. And the numbers scrolling across the bottom. But for those who may be listening to the podcast audio only, just give us a call at 727-441-9022, 727-441-9022, and say that you'd like to visit with me, and I will personally sit down with you for at least an hour for us to get to know each other. So that number again is 727-441-9022. And Steve, one of the things is you and I were prepping for the show that we didn't discuss was the shutdown that's going on right now with the government.
Yes.
I thought if it's okay with you, I thought I'd just take a couple of minutes to kind of reflect.
We'd love that, Ray.
This is not the first time it's happened. Obviously, it happened once before when President Trump was in office. The first time and it was shut down for a pretty good period of time. Shutdowns in the short run have very little effect on the economy. And by short run, I'm going to say something less than 10 days to 2 weeks. But if this silliness, and I can't think of any other word to describe it, can't end within the next 10 days, it is going to have a dramatic effect on the economy here in the fourth quarter. And with the economy being as tender as it is anyway, this is not healthy. This is not good. And I don't care whether you're an independent, a Democrat, a Republican. Grown people ought to be able to sit down at a table and figure out a way to hash this out. And I can only hope that it does not go past another week or 10 days, because it will have an effect on the economy, let alone the people who have been furloughed. And now the president, of course, is threatening to fire many of the people. In the long run, this too shall pass. But in the short run, it's just very frustrating that our government officials can't chat with each other and try to figure this out. So my editorial comments are over on that at that point. I guess I'm just too old-fashioned that, I liked it when people actually compromised.
I totally agree. What do you think's going to happen, Ray?
I'm afraid this thing is going to drag on for a long time. That is my concern. Each side feels like they have the high ground on this, and that the public is going to blame the other group. If you're a Democrat, you're going to continue to blame it on the Republicans, and the Republicans are going to continue to blame it on the Democrats. I just don't see where the standoff ends. And it's unfortunate listening to the TV shows yesterday and listening to the politicians. They're just entrenched. And as I said, in the short run, I think that it could cause some volatility in the market. In the long run, we'll recover from it. It's just frustrating to see us needlessly shooting ourselves in the foot when things are as tenuous as they have been the past couple of months, with the job numbers going down, the interest rates starting to come down from the Federal Reserve. We don't need to do this to ourselves. It's an unfortunate event.
I totally agree with you. Let's talk about the Supreme Court now, about your thoughts saying that Trump's tariffs must be done by Congress.
Well, there are several judges that have already said that, federal judges that have already said that Trump's tariffs are not legal. And they are basing those comments on the fact that in their interpretation, it's other than in cases of national emergencies, which the president has declared that this is a national emergency. But declaring it and it really being one is what is being argued in the courts. And if this is not a national emergency as the courts would define it, then they're saying Congress is the only one who can be responsible for instituting the tariffs. I am certainly not a lawyer, and I am certainly not a constitutional lawyer. But I think it's going to be an interesting argument that before the Supreme Court in this upcoming session that just started a couple of days ago. I guess actually starts today.
Yes.
I don't know where it's going to come down, but if they were to rule that the tariffs were not legal, it's going to be very interesting because, of course, the Trump administration is relying on the tariffs to help hold down the national debt.
Right.
And tariffs, and let's make no mistake about it, tariffs are taxes. It's tax in a different name. And if you have something that's declared illegal, does that mean we have to refund all the money we've already been collecting over these past few months? So it's going to be a mess if it happens. I can't speculate which way the court's going to go, but it's going to take 5 justices, and certainly with the conservative justices that are there, although everybody says they're just going to support Trump, I think at the end of the day, the majority of the justices will do the right thing, whatever that is, and interpret the Constitution correctly. I don't think, although they may ideologically be conservative, I think at the end of the day, they'll do the right thing. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Excuse me.
Well, Ray, do you think would prices come down if the courts say these tariffs are illegal?
Oh, don't we wish? The prices have certainly gone up because of inflation over the last couple of years, and the tariffs have not helped this past year. And I don't think the tariffs are fully baked in to the cost of goods just yet. But it's not often that I see manufacturers reduce the price of their goods and services.
Right.
Maybe somebody somewhere says, well, I'm gonna undercut my competition by cutting the price, and that'll force prices back down. But lacking that, I don't see that happening. I have a very good friend who's in the gasoline business, and he supplies not only his own stores but a number of stores in the Tampa Bay area. And I always tease him, when oil prices go up, the gasoline prices go up really fast. But when the price of oil goes down, it doesn't come down as fast as it went up.
Right.
So I believe that philosophy will probably work in this case. I don't really see prices coming down that much.
I'm here in Southeast Florida, and I'm in the Palm Beach County area, and I watch gas prices every day, and they don't seem like, here where I'm at, they average about $2.90 to $3.15. I don't see gas prices really coming down much.
Well, that probably is for a regular form of gasoline, because having filled my car up on Saturday afternoon at $3.89 that wasn't for regular
premium.
That was
for the premium.
Yeah, it was for the premium. I thought to myself, wow, it's still under $50. I thought that was good.
Yes.
But gas prices have come down over the past year. I think they have found a good spot where they are right now. And if we're able to get some stability in the Middle East, if we're able to convince friends, or at least so-called friends, to quit buying oil from Russia, and we could figure out a way to get some peace in Ukraine, I think there's an opportunity for oil to settle in right now where it is and stay there for a while. The issue is, today, the oil companies at the current price of oil are making money. But the problem is that at these prices, it's hard for them to justify drilling for more oil, because the oil that they took out of the ground years ago was taken out, very at a time when it was much less expensive to drill than it is today. So that is an issue that could put a little upward pressure on oil here in the United States. But for right now, I think they're going to remain fairly stable, lacking some crazy event around the world.
Hey, one of your favorite topics to talk on is we're coming to year-end tax planning. And what should people be thinking about?
Well, Steve, this year is a very unusual year because of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act that was passed. There are so many things that are affecting people. And because of the various thresholds as to when these benefits phase out, you pull the string this way and something else happens over there. So people are going to have to really look hard. But here are some things to be thinking about. First of all, you will now be able to deduct up to $40,000 in state and local taxes, the so-called SALT taxes. That would be property taxes, income taxes, other taxes that might be imposed by the state or local government where people reside. And so going back to 2017, when that tax act doubled the standard deduction, and that is now permanent, the doubling of the standard deduction, a lot of people who used to itemize but have stopped over the past 7 or 8 years because of that doubling of the standard deduction now really have to go back and look and see if it would be worthwhile for them to start itemizing again. So something there to be thinking about. Now, the problem is, and this is where we get into the planning piece, it begins to phase out at income levels for people that are single at $150,000 of adjusted gross income and $300,000 for a couple filing jointly. And then if you're over those amounts, you begin to lose 6% of everything that's over that. So, but you can never go below the original 10,000. So you're going to have to really manage what your adjusted gross income is if you're going to take advantage of that. Many seniors will be 65 plus, 65 and over, will be able to get a $6,000 above the line addition to their deductions. This is part of the bill where trying to not tax Social Security, but it has nothing to do with Social Security. It's just a deduction that occurs. And in this situation, it too begins to phase out at a different threshold. So, something else that you've got to try to manage your income. For those that are charitably inclined and have been invested in the stock market, don't give charities cash now at the end of the year. Give them some of those appreciated stocks. If you bought in any of like the Magnificent 7 or 10, whatever it is now, and you've had a good run up, if you sell those, you're going to have to pay a capital gains tax of 20% and maybe more because of the Obamacare tax if you make too much money. Give that appreciated stock in lieu of cash, and you'll avoid the capital gains tax. For those that are over the age of 70 and a half, think about giving money from your IRA and using that to pay charities. The money will not be taxed up to $108,000 this year. And not only will you not get taxed on that, but since you don't have to begin taking money out until 73, it'll lower your required minimum distributions in the future, which should save you on some taxes as well. And then also, as we're dealing with charitable contributions, if you have to give cash, which charities always like, that should be the last place that you go. And then one final last thing having to do with your 401ks, look to maximize putting your money into a 401k for those that are 50 and over. Don't forget the catch-up provisions that are there to help reduce your tax. This will be the last year you'll be able to do that, because the catch-up part will have to go into a Roth 401k beginning next year. And then if you're 60 to 63, you get a super catch-up of $3,750. So, if you got a bonus coming at the end of the year, put all of the bonus into your 401k, defer those taxes to sometime in the future, and help secure your retirement as you go forward. So just 3 things to be thinking about here at the end of the year. Get with your financial advisor, with your accountant, and have them run a tax for you to give you some further ideas as to how you can reduce your tax by managing your income because of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act.
We have a couple minutes left. What about life insurance? Is that a good savings program for retirement?
So there's a great argument that life insurance salespeople will tell you about how fantastic cash value life insurance is. As a financial planner, and we approach all of these things from a financial planning standpoint, we view that life insurance is there to replace income in case a breadwinner dies prematurely, to pay down debt, or to pay estate taxes if you're going to be over $30 million next year. Those are the 3 reasons. We do not see life insurance as the best vehicle to save money for retirement. If that's the only way you can do it, then that's better than nothing. But we believe that there are other ways to be saving your money, like 401ks, et cetera, to save the money for retirement that is much more tax efficient than doing it in life insurance. I know I just upset the entire life insurance world, Steve, but that's you got my opinion. So there, for what it's worth.
And we do love your opinion, Ray. Hey, tell people how they can reach your office.
Absolutely. Please give us a call at 727-441-9022, or go to our website, provise.com, and look at us. Take a look at what we do and how we do it. And again, I'll emphasize we're a financial planning firm first, an investment management firm second. And that number again, 727-441-9022.
Ray, you're the best. Hey, buddy, travel safe.
Thank you.
We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Absolutely. Take care and have a wonderful day.
You too, Ray. That's Ray Farrar, Provise. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in today to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV. Tune in next week and every week to hear more from our experts on personal injury, insurance, air condition repairs, estate planning, Medicare, and many other topics in the areas of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. See you next week.